Researchers spent 20 years studying over 10,000 millionaires, and what they found destroyed almost every myth about wealth. Forget everything you think you know about how people get rich. It wasn't inheritance. Over 80% were first-generation rich. It's not about earning more. Some of the brokest people I've met make six figures. It's not about budgeting harder. Plenty of people track every penny and still retire with nothing. And it wasn't luck, because the same patterns showed up over and over again. What the research did find was 5 specific rules. 5 behaviors that separated people who built wealth from people who just earned and spent until there was nothing left. These rules aren't secret. They're just ignored, because they go against everything the system wants you to believe. Today, I'm giving you all 5. But rule number 5 is the one that changes everything. It's the one most people get completely backwards, and it's costing them hundreds of thousands of dollars over their lifetime. That's coming at the end. Stay for it. Rule number 1, money is a game, and you've never seen the rule book. Here's something wild. You've been using money your entire adult life, earning it, spending it, stressing over it at 2 a.m., and nobody has ever sat you down and explained how it actually works. Not the textbook version, the real version. Money is not paper. It's not the digits in your bank account. Money is trust. It's a collective agreement between billions of people that these numbers on a screen mean something. The dollar in your wallet has no intrinsic value. You can't eat it. You can't wear it. Its entire worth depends on everyone agreeing it's worth something. And here's where it gets interesting. The system isn't neutral. It's designed. And it's designed to keep you in motion, earning, spending, borrowing, and working over and over. The average U.S. household carries over $100,000 in debt. That's mortgages, credit cards, student loans, auto loans. That's not because everyone is irresponsible. That's because the rules of the game make debt feel normal, expected, unavoidable. Financing is the default. Credit is encouraged, and living within your means has somehow become spending 100% of what you make. So here's the first shift. Stop blaming yourself for struggling in a system designed to keep people struggling, and start learning the actual rules. Here's a quick win number 1 for you. This week, write down your real net worth. Not your salary, not your income. Your assets minus your liabilities. Everything you own minus everything you owe. That single number tells you exactly where you stand in this game, and most people have never calculated it once. Rule number 2, wealth is invisible. Broke is loud. Let me tell you about Sylvia Bloom. Sylvia worked as a legal secretary in New York City, same law firm for 67 years. She took the subway to work every single day, never owned a fancy car, never wore designer clothes, lived in a rent-controlled apartment in Brooklyn. Her coworkers assumed she was just scraping by, a secretary's salary in an expensive city. When she died in 2016 at 96 years old, she left behind $9 million. She donated most of it to scholarships for underprivileged students. $9 million. From a secretary. Nobody saw it coming, because nobody saw it at all. Now think about the opposite. Someone you know, maybe on social media, maybe in your own circle, who always looks wealthy. The designer bags, the expensive dinners posted on Instagram, the treating myself lifestyle, what you don't see, the credit card balance, the overdraft fees, the quiet stress, the net worth that might actually be negative. This is the illusion that traps most people. We assume wealth looks like something. We assume rich people look rich. But actual wealth is invisible. It's the investment account nobody knows about. It's the emergency fund that lets you sleep at night. It's money you didn't spend on things designed to impress people you don't even like. Looking rich and being rich are 2 completely different games. Here's another quick win for you. Think about your last 3 purchases over $100. For each one, ask yourself, did I buy this because I needed it, because I wanted it, or because of how it makes me look? No judgment, just awareness. That distinction is everything. Rule number 3. Save for options, not for objects. Most people think about saving completely backwards. They think saving means putting money aside so they can buy something later. A bigger TV, a vacation, a nicer couch. But that's just delayed consumption. That's not what saving is actually for. The real purpose of saving is to buy freedom, to buy options, to buy the ability to say yes when opportunity shows up, or no when something isn't right. Here's what I mean. A guy I know had a chance to go in on a small business with a friend. The friend had found a commercial space, had the business plan, and had the first clients lined up. All he needed was a partner with $15,000 to split the startup costs. This could have changed everything, but my guy couldn't do it. He had 0 savings, nothing in reserve. Every dollar he earned was already spoken for before it hit his account. So he watched his friend build that business without him. 3 years later, it was clearing $300,000 a year. He didn't miss that opportunity because he wasn't smart enough or didn't work hard enough. He missed it because he had no margin, no cushion, no freedom to move. That's what saving actually buys you, not a future purchase, a future choice. When you have 6 months of expenses in reserve, your entire psychology changes. You negotiate differently, you take calculated risks differently, you walk away from bad situations differently, because you can. And here's quick win. Number 3, open a separate savings account this week. Not connected to your checking. Name it something that means something. Freedom fund, opportunity account, whatever resonates. Set up an automatic transfer, even if it's just $20 a week. The amount matters less than the habit. All right, quick pause. If this is landing for you, hit that subscribe button. We put out videos like this every week, breaking down the money strategies that actually work. Now, rule number 4. This one is where most people completely miss the highest return investment available to them. Rule number 4, invest in yourself before you invest in anything else. Everyone wants to talk about the stock market, index funds, crypto, real estate, and yes, investing matters a lot. We'll get there. But here's what almost nobody tells you. You are your highest return investment. And most people ignore that completely. Think about this. If you earn $50,000 a year and you increase that by just 15% by learning a new skill, negotiating better, pivoting roles, that's an extra $7,500 per year, every single year, for the rest of your career. To generate $7,500 a year passively from the stock market, you'd need roughly $100,000 invested at a 7.5% return. Do you have $100,000 sitting around? Most people don't. But you do have the ability to learn something that makes you more valuable, and that investment has a return that nothing else can touch. A $200 online course that teaches you a skill worth a $5,000 raise? That's a 2,400% ROI. You will never find that in any stock, any index fund, any crypto coin. Let me give you an example. A woman I know was earning $42,000 a year doing administrative work. Decent job, stable, but stuck. She started learning project management on the side, free YouTube videos at first, then a $400 certification course. Took her 6 months of evenings and weekends. A year later, she got hired as a junior project manager at $68,000. That's a $26,000 per year raise. She'll earn that every year for the rest of her career. Total investment, $400 and 6 months of effort. Return, $26,000 per year for decades. That math doesn't exist anywhere else. And most people walk right past it. Quick win number 4. Identify one skill that's in demand in your industry, or an industry you want to enter. Find one free or low-cost resource to start learning it. Commit 30 minutes a day for the next 90 days. Just start. You'll be ahead of 95% of people who never do. All right, now we're at the big one. Rule number 5 is what truly separates the wealthy from everyone else. And I'm going to be honest. When you first hear it, you might think it sounds risky, reckless even. But once you understand how it actually works, you'll realize the wealthy have been using this for generations. And they're not just getting away with it. The system is designed for them to use it. Rule number 5, debt is a weapon, and you're holding it backwards. Here's the truth that almost nobody explains clearly. Debt is not inherently bad. Debt is not inherently good. Debt is a tool, like a chainsaw. It can build something incredible, or it can take your leg off. Everything depends on which direction you're pointing it. Here's how most people use debt. They borrow money to finance a moment, a wedding, a vacation, new furniture, a shopping spree. The experience happens. Maybe it's amazing, but then it's over. And the debt stays. For months, sometimes years. Let's take weddings, because this one is brutal. The average American wedding costs over $30,000, and a huge portion of that gets financed. Credit cards, personal loans. We'll pay it off later. But that wedding lasts one day, 24 hours, and then you spend the next 5 years paying for a party that exists only in photos. That debt costs you money. It extracts from your future, month after month. Now, here's what wealthy people do differently. When they borrow money, they point it at things that produce income. A rental property, equipment for a business, an asset that puts money back into their pocket. Their debt goes up, but their income goes up faster. Let me show you the math. Say you borrow $30,000 at 7% interest, the same amount people spend on a wedding, and you use it as a down payment on a small rental property. Your loan payment, around $200 per month, but the property rents for $1,200 per month. After your mortgage, taxes, insurance, and maintenance, let's say you net $300 per month in profit. Your debt costs you $200 a month, but your asset earns you $500 before the payment. You're cash flow positive, and the loan is paying for itself. Over 10 years, one path gives you a photo album and $0. The other path gives you property you own, probably worth more than you paid. Plus, you've collected income the entire time. Same amount of debt, completely opposite outcomes. And here's the kicker. Interest on investment debt is often tax deductible, so you're not even paying full price for the borrowing. The tax code subsidizes it. This is what they never tell you. It's not about avoiding debt. It's about pointing debt at things that produce instead of things that consume. One direction destroys, the other direction builds. And most people never learn which is which. And here's last quick win for you. Before you take on any new debt, any at all, ask yourself one question. Will this put money into my pocket or take money out? If it's not producing income, you're pointing the weapon the wrong way. Wealth isn't about earning more. It's about understanding what almost no one teaches and making different choices with the same money everyone else wastes. You've now seen the playbook. What you do next is the only thing that matters. And that's all for today. Make sure you hit the like button and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more of these kinds of videos. Thanks for watching.